Do you ever wonder if you're truly alone? If the dark corners of your room are empty when you catch yourself staring at them? Well, there are forests in Eastern Europe where even the birds fall silent, where the trees seem to bow to listen. And when the moon is full and casts its pale light upon the pine trees, the ancient legends awaken. He killed for pleasure, he left the bodies untouched. The forest offended, gave him new skin, a skin of fur and hunger. Now, on certain nights, his cries echo among the trees, not quite human, not quite wolf. They say he still wears his human eyes, trapped inside a body that no longer remembers mercy. The locals leave bread on their windowsills, not for charity, but to be forgiven. Not legends, not tales, but warnings carved into bone and whispered in blood. When the first werewolf howled, they built their houses away from the forest, hoping the wolves would stay in the trees. When the second werewolf joined the song, they reinforced their doors and barred their windows. And when the third werewolf cried out, they knew it was too late. The forest was sending a message, and this time it wasn't just about the beast within. It was about the darkness that had crept into their souls. And the things that go bump in the night are not always what they seem. What if the same fate awaited them? What if the beast within them was stirring, waiting for its turn to pounce? Deep in the Roman villages, it is said that the werewolf is not created by a bite, but by a broken vow, adultery, murder, betrayal of relatives. Don't scream. It already knows who you are, and it's hungry for what you hide. If the moon showed you your true self, share this video with someone who needs to hear this. It might be the monster you've buried deep inside your heart. I know what lurks behind the mask of humanity, the hunger, the rage, the need to hunt. For the wolf is not a creature, it is a state, a mirror of the rage we bury, of the instincts we pretend to have outgrown. We all wear masks, but under enough pressure, under enough moonlight, the animal returns, and it doesn't ask permission. Science describes it as clinical lycanthropy, a rare delusion where people believe they are transforming. But what science cannot explain is why the bodies of livestock are found torn apart with no bloodstains, only silence and the eyes of wolves that should not be there. They call them Vârcolaci, not monsters, but cursed men who run on all fours when their sins become too heavy to bear on two legs. Just fur stuck between the stones of the altar and scratch marks in the shape of a man's hands. In the Carpathian Mountains, where fog clings to glass like breath, their lives a story passed down from mother to child. A hunter, to proud, defied the laws of the land. For in these parts, the line between man and beast is thinner than your skin. In 1923, a priest was found in Bistrita, killed by claws, inside a locked church. No signs of forced entry. Now, some will call me superstitious, some will call me mad, but I saw the truth in those eyes, the wolf's eyes. The villagers knew this. Their grandfathers had carved the stories into their bones. The Vârcolac, the cursed ones, were once just men, just like you and me, until their sins transformed them into something monstrous. So if you hear a howl in the forest and it seems too close, closer than it should be, don't run. And if you see the glint of a wild animal's eye staring back at you from the shadows, remember, it might not be a wolf. Subscribe if you believe that the forest never forgets. Comment below. What would you become?